6:30 p.m. Eastern. Shelby's World Live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, a role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.
Hello. And welcome to another episode of SW Live. I hope everybody is good. Hope your week is going great. You're feeling good. You're doing your body good. Everything just positive this week for you. I hope all is well. And, the same good energy that you bring, I want you to make sure that you're receiving on the back end. So put out that good now. We have two lovely ladies here today. They're going to join me in a couple of minutes to talk about their event this Saturday, and it's called the Pum Pum Party. The Pum Pum Party. I like the way that sounds too. But and this isn't a new event. This is something they've been doing and helping to guide and nurture and do all the wonderful, delicate things to help and make sure your pum pum stay pum puming. You feel me? So we're gonna bring them on in a few minutes, so that they could talk about this event, because it sounds like it's going to be a magical event. And I've spoken to a few people recently, because I let them know that Miss Nicole Everett from Conversations with Nicole would be joining me. So they was like, they know who she is and all that good stuff. So I told them why, and they were like, "Oh yeah, they've been doing this for a little while, and this is my first time hearing anything about it." So I'm happy to be a person who can bring them on, let them talk about it, and put the information out there, because may have a different audience than them, and I want to make sure my audience is just well aware of what the Pum Pum can do for you. All right. Let's break on Miss Nicole first, and then we go break on Miss Sonia. And I normally like to introduce our guests, and I do have y'all know I keep a script. I got my whole script ready and everything. But it kind of sounds better to hear the person talk about themselves a little bit. Give yourself a little accolade, because sometimes it needs to come from you. So we're going to bring Miss Nicole on really quickly and let her talk about Miss Nicole.
Greetings. Happy Wednesday, Miss Shelby. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today, Miss Nicole?
I am so well. It's so funny being on this side. Normally I'm sitting in your seat. So
yes.
Even the questions tonight, but it's all good. I thank you for sharing your platform with us tonight.
Thank you. And thank you for joining the platform, being a part of it and bringing your grace. So we want to let's hear a little bit about Miss Nicole. What Miss Nicole? First, I'm gonna ask this first before I let you jump into it.
Okay.
A conversationalist. You know how empowering conversationalists sound? Not just a person who I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm.
This is she specializes in conversation.
Yes.
Go ahead. All right.
I describe myself in that way because people often try to label me as a journalist, and I guess I have some journalistic characteristics just because I am talking to people and really more interested in their stories than anything else. And I guess most journalists are, but I'm not trying to do any gotchas or anything like that. I'm really interested in, again, hearing people's stories, their experiences, their encounters, and drawing from their experiences and seeing how, their best foot can kind of come forward. So at any rate, yes, conversationalist, started Conversations with Nicole almost 10 years ago. March of next year will mark 10 years. I do live broadcasts on Mondays and Wednesdays that focus on mental health and wellness in Black and Brown communities. And my show normally comes on at 8:30 p.m., although tonight's show is canceled. But I truly love people. I enjoy talking with them. I'm from Miami originally, came to Tallahassee to attend FAMU, graduated from the School of Business and Industry, and worked in affordable housing for about 20 years. And I'm currently serving at Big Bend Habitat for Humanity as the Advancing Black Home Ownership Program Manager. But my labor of love is conversations with Nicole. So these conversations are very near and dear to my heart, and I take them very seriously.
I love that, as you should, and because if you're bringing people on and you're having these conversations and you're delving into that information, it's supposed to be something that it's like your baby. I
Mm.
definitely feel the same way about SW Live. So I'm right there with you when it comes to it being something that's near and dear to your heart. But tell give us a little bit more of, you said health and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of the health and wellness area, how far in depth do you all go? How deep?
So I didn't even talk about what we're going to talk about today, but I am a mental health advocate. So I've been doing mental health advocacy since 2017. And so as I have dived into these conversations, I have really sought to learn more about kind of what makes us click. And so I saw you had a show recently about trauma.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
trauma is a huge part of the human experience. And, to the extent that adults in particular haven't healed from past trauma, they're going to have a lot of drama. And
Yes.
so, we really are encouraging, especially on those live shows, folks to be their best selves. And I call it getting your checkup from the neck up, getting with a counselor, a therapist, and getting the help that you need. And, a lot of times stuff is under the radar. We don't think we really need help, but most of us do. So,
Yes, that's very true. We'd be suffering internally a lot too, and just stacking it. So it never heals, it never resolves, and it becomes a bigger issue. And then you start actually implementing your trauma into other things, other people,
mhm.
other situations, and it don't even mix, but you'll add it. So thank you for that wonderful introduction.
My
We
pleasure.
we are now going to bring Miss Sonia B. And she's a sexologist. Did I say that correctly?
That's
Okay,
correct. Yes.
sexologist. That sounds real freaky, but we know it goes a little deeper than that. She digging into the hollow and jollos of sex, not just the what you're doing with sex. She's taking it deeper than that. And I love to hear about how she became a sexologist and how near and deep she goes with these conversations and on her journey. So we're gonna welcome to the platform Miss Sonia B.
Hey there. Hey there.
Hello.
Yes, ladies. Thank you, Shelby. And hey, Nicole.
Hey.
Yes, yes, yes. So, yes, Shelby, you have that correct. I am a certified clinical sexologist.
Wow.
Yes,
A clinical.
clinical. Yes, that means that I can I'm trained to do not therapy sessions, but to do sessions with clients. And so,
Okay.
yes, I work with both individuals and couples.
And
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that. Go into detail a little, submerge us into what a sexologist does, how you got started with this. Give me some behind the scenes on that.
Yes, ma'am. So, well, how I got started is interesting because I've always been the person in my friend group to be the one to answer those questions or to kind of take people there in terms of talking about the sex or talking about like what's working, what's not working. But I had you remember I know you know the shows what is it, Sex in the City. I
Mhm.
decided to have a Sex in the City party at my house one day, and I outfitted my living room set it up like it was a cafe, and invited my girlfriends. I had a caterer; he catered all this food, and we marathon Sex in the City all day. But as we were marathoning it, we kept pausing it to say, "Girl, my boyfriend did that," and let me tell you, so, so we were swapping stories. and having these conversations. And as a result, people were like, oh, Sonia, we need to do this again because it was so much fun. And we spent so much time just pausing it to talk to each other and say what. So they said we needed to do it again. I created a women's group so that we could get together once a month to talk about sex, and everybody's lives changed.
That's
And
amazing.
so at the time, I was already in school to be a spiritual life coach. So I already kind of, had skills and tools to support people in moving past different difficult situations. However, I had no idea that sex was going to be kind of like my focus. So as we went through that process of meeting once a month, and realizing how everybody's lives were changing. And then I was constantly getting like, lead them here, lead them there. So all of this gentle prodding, from spirit. And it was clear that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be up to. And it just completely changed the game for me. And then later I got certified. But initially I was just engaging women and men actually in conversations about sex, so we could see where are our breakdowns. What is it what's working, what's not working. And like you said, I know you mentioned the freakiness of it. However, a lot of my approach is about healing. It's about taking a look at where are you challenged? Where are you not your fullest sexual expression as a human being?
I
So that
like
you
that
can
you
embrace
said
that.
that it's mostly about healing, because I'll have a title to one of my shows to make you think that it's going to be about this, you know, rambunctious conversation, and we're really just talking about how to take that particular thing and transform it into something good, something that
Yeah,
helps you, something that makes you whole. So
exactly.
you have to when a person hears the word sexologist, of course they're going to think sex, sex, sex. They're not thinking about the health of it, the healing that comes with it, and all those things, and that's what's important. So knowing, yes, we know that I had a show that was called Let's Talk About Sex, Baby.
Mm-hmm.
And on that show, they wanted, I think I started out saying, sex is good, sex is great, da 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 da, and all, all the wonderful things about sex. And
Right.
then I turned it into, but how has it helped you lately? What has it done for you?
Mm.
Where do you retreat when you know that you don't want to do it and somebody else is in your ear saying, let's do this? How, like,
Right.
what are ways that you manage your sexual connotations?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
that was
Yes.
a really good conversation.
I'm
Like,
sure. I'm sure it sounds like it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
because people don't know. People don't really um think about that when they're involved in sexual acts. They're just thinking about the what it feels like to them at that moment. You don't think about the what
Right.
led to it and how did you get here and all those different things. So I love the fact that both of you all are engulfed in your areas of education, also
Mhm.
your areas it's not just an educated area, it's an interest. You're
Mhm.
passionate about it, and bringing that to the surface is how we've got to this Pum Pum party, right? Because
Yes.
tell us about this Pum Pum. Wait. I do that because the conversation I know about to be good, and I forgot all about my quote.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, I know I do that. I go right into the whole topic and be like, oh, I forgot to do the quote with them. Okay, so our quote of the day is self care is asking yourself what you need every day and then making sure you receive it. Based on
Mm.
the direction of where you guys both live in your areas of lives, subject matter experts, as we call it, um, tell me how a quote like this helps make it benefits you.
So for me, it keeps me mindful of the need for self care every day, which can look different every day. Some aspects of it can look different every day, but some aspects of it are the same. So for me, the same would be meditation, taking deep breaths, being sure that I kind of connect with nature, whether that's kind of going for a walk outside or just staring at the birds and the squirrels. But something to just bring presence and awareness to myself is very important on a daily basis. And so I will say this, sometimes I struggle with the self-care because I get so busy with the things of the world, all of the tasks, all of the desires that I have as relates to work and community and interpersonal. But this is a great reminder. So I love this quote.
Wonderful, wonderful. What about you, Miss Sonia?
Yes, I love this quote as well. So I think I'm glad that you suggested it because I mean, I think the thing that I'm hearing most in this, especially for myself, is asking because I think that I know for myself that and with the clients that I work with, it is so easy for us to make assumptions about what you think your needs are.
Mhm,
So often we're not listening to ourselves. And so getting into this listening posture, which is a lot more humble and a lot more receptive, so
mhm,
that I am being almost like tender to my needs, as
mhm,
opposed to just running over them roughshod, like, I already know what you need. Just here, let me throw this at you.
mhm,
But really being able to listen and then understanding. I like the part about every day because it is a daily thing. This is not something that you did some self-care earlier this month and you feel like you've done. So this is every day I have needs. And so what are they? And then the last part is so because you can listen and 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 you can hear what you need, but if you're not making sure that happens, then there's a disconnect. So there's like,
Yes.
how do I make sure that I'm meeting my own needs? And we especially know how important that is when we're looking for our needs to be met outside of ourselves.
Oh my
mhm,
God, that was so good. That was really good because we expect others to meet
Mhm.
needs and we don't even know how to address our own.
mhm,
Um, Nicole made a very good point when she said our self care can be different daily, and it can be because you sometimes you won't even know what you need until it happens that
Right.
day.
mhm,
You may not, you may run into the whole episodic experience of something happening to you at work, or you getting a phone call from a family member, and you so that your needs are going to be based on what's going on too, what's
Mhm.
happening, how you're
mhm,
feeling, and that's the part of paying attention to it. Because
Right.
if you're not paying attention to what your body is telling you, what your mind is saying, what your soul is feeling, then it's going to be very, very hard to give yourself and make yourself receive it as you stated. Like you can
Right.
know, you can tell yourself what you need, but are you willing to receive that self care for yourself for that day? Because you need to know what it looks like for you. So
mhm,
Right.
I felt like this quote was good for leading into your conversation because it kind of is going to direct. It was a directive of the fact that what y'all talking about today, it made me because I love to do my quotes based on my shows. All of them are going to be based on my shows. But however, I write some of my shows in advance. So being that Nicole gave me um, the show type a little while ago, I was
mhm,
like, okay, let me go ahead and find this quote and find me a good quote for this. I found 5 quotes, and this is the one that I
Mm.
landed on for this particular episode. So, as we learn about the Pum Pum Party, I'm gonna sit back because because the title alone got me completely interested in what y'all gonna be doing and how y'all gonna be doing it. But I'm gonna sit back. Tell me what the Pum Pum Party is.
So I'll start off. I guess it's been about 3 years because this is the third year. I discovered that there is a National Vagina Appreciation Day. It's actually April 23rd. And so about 3 years ago, I said, I'm going to do a Pum Pum party. I called it Pum Pum because that's kind of the island word for vagina. It's cutesy. It's not, so shocking. In fact, every time you say it, folks are like, what? And so they're trying to figure out, like, are you saying what I think you're saying?
Right.
And so that first offering of it, we did we were on yoga mats, to be quite honest with you. We had vendors, we had food, we had Lady Yoni who talked about some drinks and things that you can do to help foster a healthy vagina. Sonia came and did a talk on the vagina. She actually has what I call the bronze goddess. We named it the bronze goddess. So she has an actual vagina display that she can disassemble and tell you about the parts and all of that sort of thing. And so, yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
Wow.
And so she did that. I can't remember who I think Dr. Monica did some erotica. She's written some erotica books, so she did an excerpt from that. Oh, and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but anyway, it was great. We had
Oh,
about
and then Tracy Ann did
she
took us
did
took us. Did you say that already? You may have said that
some
already.
yoga. She did some yoga, some deep breathing, some affirmations, that sort of thing. So it's been all about feminine health. So we did one last year, one this year. The one this year in April. The theme was from menstruation to menopause, and we had a lot of women that was asking about menopause. Like that was the hot this year. So Sonia did a presentation. We also had Dana Brower, who's a herbalist. She came and she had some teas for us to try, and she gave some samples away. We also had yoni steam, chair massage, just pampering the women, right? Dr. Frau, who's an OBGYN, she talked and it was just really great. And so the outcry was so great that we decided to do another one. Now, this one is focused on nourishing the pum pum. So it's all about the things that we eat and drink to promote vaginal health, as well as the products that we use that are toxic. So we'll talk about what's toxic and explore the non-toxic. We're also going to write a letter to our pum pum. And Sonia will talk a little bit about that. But we also have a sound bath, a certified sound bath technician, if you will. She's going to do a sound bath and also a certified yoga instructor. So it's going to be great. We're going to do chair yoga. We're going to have refreshments. It's going to be good.
I love the sound bath thing. I've been getting more and more into learning about that and the way the different sounds, what they mean, and what to interpret and all that. It's been real good. I love it. I was like, oh, and then I saw it on your flyer, and I said, oh, this is gonna be good. They're gonna have a sound bath and everything. Good evening to Miss Janetta and to Miss Jada. Good evening, ladies. I don't want y'all to think I'm forgetting about my comments. Now y'all know I'm gonna get to y'all. I promise all the time. So Miss Sonia, what are you gonna be doing at the Pum Pum party?
Well, and it's funny because we kind of mix it up because often I'm talking about pleasure. This particular one, we're not necessarily talking about pleasure. However, we are going because of the fact that it's about nurturing it, even though sex is nurturing, nourishing. But we are, as Nicole said, we're kind of doing these mini workshops. So she's going to take on the one about the products and about them being toxic and those that are, safe or not safe. I'm going to be talking about the phases of your menstrual cycle and which foods would be good for you to include during those phases so that you are helping your body do what it needs to do. So like, for example, during your menstrual cycle, we have the menstrual phase, which is where you are actually bleeding. So then you're losing iron. So one part of foods that you may be able to eat that will support you during that period would be iron-rich foods. So we're going to be showing the women like these are the 4 phases of the cycle. And if you can identify your phase, these are foods that we recommend that you eat so that you are supplementing your body and you're giving your pum pum what she needs to function. Yeah. So yeah,
a functional pum pum.
Right.
And then the dear pum pum letter, which is where what I find a lot is that often we are disconnected from our pum pums in one way or another. Sometimes because of what we believe society says about how we should be operating with it. Sometimes it's a disconnection because you've just given it away and it has somebody else's name on it and it's no longer yours, or that you're only supposed to utilize it, this belongs to your husband, as opposed to you really being aware that this is a part of your body and being able to appreciate and reconnect. And sometimes we've also had some actions in our past that may have caused some disconnection too, maybe some shame, maybe some hurt, maybe some pain. So we're going to give an opportunity for that reconnection to occur so that we can maybe see, are there some words that you need to say to her? Maybe there's an apology or two that's there, or are there some things that she may even need to say to you that you can intuit and maybe hear energetically? So it's all you, but you're hearing from an aspect of yourself.
That's so deep. It's really, really deep. It actually makes you think, like, have I been neglectful to her? What are the things that I've not been doing that I should be doing? And the good point of saying you've given it away. Oh my goodness. People say that, like, I've never said this belonged to a man before in my life. I've never said that because I hurt every month behind this Pum Pum. This Pum Pum, it has not the pain that I have to go through to have it. Don't nobody go through that but me.
Right.
So why would I be like, oh, this belongs? No, I don't care how sexy that sound. That don't sound good to me. But I do. I've heard it a lot, and I think that being lost in the fact that I think it's a lost thing, not it's you kind of like you don't understand that this is not something you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
Exactly.
just say you're giving away. So the mechanism that you just spoke of, the Pum Pum, and how we treat it and how we should be handling it, and that it is ours for life, is very, very well received from me. So I know that if when you're talking about it, it's going to go deep. Y'all gonna have people in there in tears.
Oh, girl, yeah, we're accustomed to that though. So we create space, safe space. But I've led tons of workshops and retreat type things. So that's kind of like my area of expertise. So
I like the
I
whole
love group
workshop setup
facilitation.
of it. The dear Pum Pum, when you said that y'all gonna be talking about how it should be nurtured and nourished. Um, how do you is the nourishment coming from the food when you're talking about nourishment, or which way do you refer to the nourishment for the Pum Pum?
So yes, it will be that the food, the drinks. So we'll talk about things that are healthy for the Pum Pum, but also the products, right? Because some of these products can be not healthy for us and cause some complications, some disease, some
Yes.
conditions that are not good for us. So we definitely need to be more mindful of that. And so that's part of what we will be doing in this workshop that we are entitling Yoni Don't Play That.
Okay,
Yes.
then.
Yes.
I like that. I like the way the topics are. I like the titles because they lead into a heavier discussion. They lead to something bigger. It's not just, she don't play that because she don't want to get beat on. She got reasons behind why she don't play that. My Pum Pum belongs to me. That's a great comment.
That is. Love it.
Because it's yours, and it's up to you to
Exactly.
care for it. It's up to you to be responsible for it. And I'm real big on the soul ties thing when it comes to my Pum Pum. So I don't I'm very, very particular about it because
Right.
you don't want to just be connecting with anybody too. That can mess up your Pum Pum in various ways. Not just sexually transmitted diseases, but what other things come from not taking care of your Pum Pum from the wrong partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have we know pregnancy is one of the things that can occur that can alter your entire life, especially if you're not ready for it. And then energetically, you can just experience like you just mentioned, energy that you now have absorbed that you're thrown off. And so being off of your center, maybe even separating from your power. So one of the things that I teach a lot in the workshops and classes that I do is about how to own your power in the bedroom. And in a lot of ways, we're not owning that. It's like, again, I like to say it's like you got a janitor ring full of keys and you just pass that to your partner in the bedroom. Like, it's your job to get me there, as opposed to my pleasure is my responsibility. So
Right.
how do you take back ownership for the pleasure that you get to share with this person, as opposed to thinking that somehow it has to be given to you?
That's correct.
Yeah, you're the owner of
That's
all
right.
of these nerve endings. These are your nerve endings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so being able to enjoy them with or without a partner. That's the other way we give it away, because we're like, oh, if I'm not partnered, I can't enjoy this. Well, on what planet?
Hmm. That's
This is
and
this is my
I used
body.
to think that that was just like immature thinking, but then I was like, people just don't know the ignorance
Mhm.
of. It's a lot of levels of ignorance that we have in us, that if you don't know how to go look for that, or get those resources, or get that research, you will never learn what it is that you can enjoy, how you can enjoy it, the ways you're supposed to do things. It's so many resources out there for everything, and I think we look over that. We don't take accountability to learn what those resources are to make us whole and more stable.
Yeah.
As far as the event bio, it says that you're going to be nourishing the Pum Pum, nurture the temple, and awaken the goddess.
Mm-hmm.
And do we are we all going to understand it, not just the class? Are
Mm-hmm.
we all understanding of the fact that a lot of people don't believe that their Pum Pum is a part of their goddessness? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
they
yeah.
separate the two.
Yes.
How do you address a person who does not see their Pum Pum for the worth that it has?
Mm.
How do you address it? How do you come at them with that?
Got it. Got it. I think one of the ways of what I think one of the big ways that we're going to address that is with the letter writing. And as I'm teeing up or talking about why this is so important that you develop your relationship with this, because this is part of your essence of who you are as a woman. And so to where I was talking about how we divorce ourselves from it, like almost like, well, I can put this on the shelf. The
Mm.
sexual aspect of me is not important. I can put that over here and I can function over here. But there's so much that your sexual energy is your creativity.
Mm.
We try to separate ourselves from that. Then in some ways, you're not as able to be as creative as you would like to be, because you have a part that's dormant, or that is being rejected even.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
rejecting an aspect of yourself, even if it is something that you feel like, oh, it's trivial because it's just my sexual self, this is a part of you. So, and not to say that you won't have, we all have peaks and valleys in terms of when you are very active and maybe when you are less active. And that's fine. It doesn't mean that you have to be actively having sex, but that you are embracing that part of yourself as if she is as an important part of you as every other part. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely good. Nicole,
Yeah.
what would you like to add to that?
Just that's part of why we are doing what we do.
Mhm.
By even doing the Pum Pum party, to try to take away some of the taboo that's associated with our vaginas. In fact, I created a shirt, or had a shirt design that says vagina, vagina, vagina. Proud carrier since 1970. Um, because we shouldn't be, acting like it's dirty and it's,
Mhm.
because it's not. We
It's
all
not.
come from vaginas,
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
so, but we need to care for her because she is where life comes from, and she goes through a lot from menstruation to menopause. She goes through
Exactly.
a lot. And so we need to be having these conversations. So that's again, why we are doing this, to hopefully create a safe space where women can come together and engage with one another. And one of the things that I have loved about the events that we have done is that it's been intergenerational. I mean, we've had women, the youngest that we had was the first year, she was 16. She was there with her mom. But all the way up to in their mid to late 70s. And
That's
so, yeah, it is. And so it's so great for us to hear from one another, to hear each
yes.
other's stories and experiences. And you know, there's just something about groups and that whole idea of I'm not alone. Like
Yeah.
there's somebody else that has gone through something very similar to what I've gone through.
That's
You know,
right.
there's some comfort in that. And so that's what we're gonna be doing on Saturday.
That's gonna be live though, y'all. That's really really dope. I
Mhm.
actually wish I lived in Talent right now so I could come back and do this and be there for that, because to hear about it and now to know what type of experience is going to bring, I'm going to definitely be planning for the next event, because this is really really good, and I like going to things that empower, like a
Right.
different type of empowerment. I don't, you don't always need just the job empowerment or the life empowerment. You got to have empowerment that comes in healthier ways just as well. So this
Mhm.
is really really good. I'm very interested in knowing the outcome, and might want to bring y'all back to talk
Yeah,
about
that'd
the
be great.
experience of it,
Mhm.
because I'm sure it gets greater every year. Just the workshops alone sound like that is a more intuitive, more hands-on, more engaging
Hmm.
situation, and it's something that's growing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's evolving. I think, and one of the neat things that I like about how Nicole and I even approach it is as we come up, we're looking at the topic, looking at what we want to focus on, and then like being very intentional about what each part of this is. Like, how are we nourishing? Because even the chair yoga, that's going to be movement for the Pum Pum, and then the sound bath is going to be rest. So the Pum Pum also needs rest. She needs to be still and just allow, clearing in that way. So yeah, so we're very intentional when we're planning these, and we toss around a lot of different ideas, and then we kind of go with, ooh, that, what, that sounds really good. I think we should go with that.
Mhm.
And Shelby, you mentioned we are thinking. We've had people asking us about being able to do them in other places. So
Mhm.
Yes,
we
yes.
have a vision that at some point we're able to take this on the road and to do like a Pum Pum party tour, so that
You
we're
know,
going to other
y'all know
cities.
how live that'll be. People be ready to come and talk about, because you're gonna. It's I'm telling you, they're going to think they're just coming to a sex conversation, and they're
Mhm.
gonna leave in tears. I just know, because, and I'm not talking. That's a good thing, because you also supposed
Yeah.
to have that clarity with your
Yeah.
tears. You're supposed to release.
Mhm.
So I'm just, I could just see a Poom Poom party, and
Yeah.
y'all take it on the road, and people like, I'm coming to we got tickets to the Poom Poom party, and then when they get there, and then they get all this feeding over here, this
Uh-huh.
comfort here, this
Mhm.
nourishment here, this delivery here. It's gonna be so many different things that they're going to walk away with, until like you don't have a choice but to treat your Poom Poom different.
Yes.
Hello? Yes. And as a result, yourself different.
Mm.
Yes,
As a result, yourself
yes.
different.
Right.
Yes.
What's up, B? Look at her say, she say Poom Poom party. See, I'm telling you, this is a great that's
Right. With a big smile,
Right.
like,
Right.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
it's
yeah.
so many things you can do with a title as such, and how you can pull people in, and I love that. I just think that something like that is really really dynamic, and I also think it's a need, because you're right. Our vaginas go through so
So
much,
much.
Mhm.
so
Yes.
many different
So much.
levels of things. We're children when we start experiencing
Hmm.
um things with our vagina.
Mhm.
So as
Yeah.
we age, we need to know the phases. We need to know the steps. We need to know how to continue to take care of such a delicate thing.
Mhm.
We really do. And I think I think a Poom Poom party would be something that needs to be taught in school during there, because the way that these kids treat in their private parts these days, we are not being taught to be delicate with it, and they're
Right.
not taught to be gentle. They're not taught to not dush. They dushing.
Oh, they back to dishing. Oh my goodness.
They back to
Well,
dushing.
Lord have mercy. Well, I heard somebody on YouTube saying that she was taking whatever scented soap she was using and also like putting it. I'm like, Lord, please don't tell me that's what she's
In
doing.
her vagina.
Yes, but yeah, taking it, just putting her finger to like also
Ooh,
soap it, like clean it that way because the whole idea is
why?
that somehow she is not clean, that she's not okay,
Mm,
that somehow you're supposed to smell like flowers as opposed to
yeah.
it being that you smell like a nice regular pom pom.
Mhm.
Oh, she's just using the air.
I
Mm.
know your poom poom. Hey, you be.
Right.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes, Nair can be a bit rough. Yes.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Nair definitely is a bit rough. If you don't, yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
That's my sister down in
Oh,
Miami.
hey, Taylor.
I was about to say that's an Everett last name. This must be some of the cold people.
Yes. Hey, Shay.
um,
So
go
I
ahead.
want to ask Shelby that how Sonia and I got together. So Sonia does cocktails with a sexologist, and I am conversations with Nicole. So we have merged to form cocktails and conversations.
Wow,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's our brand together.
Yes.
nice. That's really
Mhm.
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So last year we did about 8 events. One Pum Pum party last year, but we had other women focused events. And so we are, look, we had a whole schedule plan for this year, but we had to scale some of that back. But the ones that we have had, the April event was the first one, and this will be our second one. It's going to be impactful. We
Yeah.
put a lot of thought into it, a lot of love into it with not only the topics but also our presenters, and so it's going to be a good time. So we invite all of the ladies in the Tallahassee area to come and be a part of our summertime Poom Poom party.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, and
Y'all,
Shelby, we have a discount. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go
I was
ahead.
about to say we have a discount for your viewers. So if anybody wants, we have 10% off if they use your first name when they register for
Look
the
at that.
event, then they can get the ticket for 10% off.
Do
Mhm.
you want to put the link to your tickets on here?
Yes, ma'am. I can send that. Oh, well, can or Nicole. Oh,
Oh,
I guess I can drop it in the chat.
Yeah, you could drop it in the chat.
Yes,
okay.
let me pull that up now. And yes, Valencia, I do sell sex toys.
Ooh, girl, you didn't even say that. I don't use. I have never. I'm not a toy person though, but
Okay.
that
Okay.
would have been real good. That's real good to share with the viewers because these people like toys now.
Oh
Mm.
yeah. Oh yeah. And I have just about
A
everything you could
plethora,
imagine.
huh?
So, yeah, a plethora. Yes.
I would expect that though. You're a sexologist. I would definitely expect you to delve into the toy area as well because you teaching about the value of sex and all the different things that go along with it. So why not offer them the opportunity to pleasure themselves? You just said that we don't
Exactly.
want to be waiting on somebody to pleasure us. So there are
Right.
ways to do it yourself. So there you go.
Mhm.
And you can use it with a partner. So it's not everything. Most products can be both single individual use and couple use. So
Okay.
you can play together. So I just dropped the link. Actually, you know what? That's the
In the
tech. You know
private
what?
Oh, you put it in the
Let
private
me drop
chat.
something cleaner. Let
chat.
me drop something cleaner in there here. Let
But
me
she
do
said
that.
cleaner.
Yeah. Well, just that it's not just the main our main landing page, and they can get to the event from there. I
Okay.
can put it in the comments too
Put it,
if you
yeah,
don't.
drop it in the comments because I can put this in. I'm gonna take it from the chat and to put it on my YouTube so people can see it there. But
Okay.
at least in the comments they can have the opportunity. Y'all, the event is in Tallahassee, so if you are in the Tallahassee area and you want to come out to the event this Saturday, tell them ladies where the event is, the time, the name, everything. Give them some background. Thank you, Dee.
Thank you, D. So, Cocktails and Conversations is having our summer Pum Pum party, which will take place this Saturday at 3 p.m. at Southwood at Twin Oaks Apartment Complex in the clubhouse. And so tickets are $50, but that includes the sound bath, which normally you would pay for. That includes the chair yoga, which normally you would pay for, refreshments, which will have mocktails and cocktails and heavy hors d'oeuvres. We'll have goodie bags, we'll have giveaways, and some really great workshops that can help you nourish and nurture your pum pum. So, again, we invite all the ladies to come out, be a part, and find out what they can do to promote feminine health and wellness.
I love it, Nicole. That was great. That was really good. Y'all, I'm so grateful to know that somebody around here taking care of the poom pooms outside of the doctors and stuff. Because you need some healing aspects outside of going to the doctor. They can't tell you that your poom poom need to be cared for by you. They only telling you what's wrong with it if it's a problem. They're
Right,
not there to help
exactly.
heal your poom poom like that. So,
Right.
um, this is great. I love this situation. I love this whole event. I love that y'all have mixed y'all conversationalist and sexologist skills and created cocktails and conversations to get such a indicative moment like this. This is really, really good. And
Yeah.
yes, Sonia, you make sure you drop that information in here because we do
I'm
want to.
trying to. It
You
won't let
you
me. It rejected it twice since I sent you a private chat saying it won't let me post it.
can
I
I
don't know
click on
why.
my chat? Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Let me get it
Okay,
right now.
good.
I
Okay,
gotta
thank
copy
you.
this.
Yeah, because it keeps giving me this comment has failed to post. I don't know why.
That's
I
interesting.
don't know if it's because it's a link. I don't know.
That's
Mm.
okay. We're gonna put it right over here. There
Thank
we
Okay,
you.
go.
see it, yeah.
We
What?
gotta make sure that they know about this Poom Poom party. Y'all click on this link, check it out, support them. And she also said that y'all get 10% off with what was the let me type that in the comments too. What was the 10% off?
Shelby in all caps.
So that's the code, Shelby in all caps. So they put in that code, they get 10% off.
Yes,
Just a
there we
little
go.
treat for your viewers, Miss Shelby.
Yes.
I love that, y'all. I really do. Y'all just don't know how to make this. I was happy to hear something called the Poom Poom Party. So this just made me happier. Y'all did a great job. Thank y'all so
Wow,
much
thank
for
you.
Yes.
for doing this
Hey,
event, for
Nancy.
Hey.
hosting this event, putting this event on, bringing this information. And again, she said 10% off to do Cold Shelby. It looks like this. This is on their website. When you click on that link to get information, you put in that code, y'all, and y'all get y'all 10% off. And the tickets are very, very cheap.
Yes, they are,
Okay. You
especially
getting a
given
lot of
all that we're
stuff.
getting.
She said, "Is that for the toys too?" She needs your toys link.
Oh, she got my toys link. Okay, so what she'll need to do is just contact me, and I'll drop my number in the chat, because I am working on. I have access to a lot of wholesale toys, so I don't have the toys yet on a site. So, but
Okay.
I'll just drop my.
So you
You just tell me what you want, and then I can tell you. Oh, I can tell you what I have available. So I'll go ahead and I'll just drop my number in the chat.
okay, y'all? Look at that. B, she got your toys for you, girl. I love that. I promise you, this makes me so happy to see the pool pool party, y'all. Find out. Grab a girlfriend, grab your daughters if you got one, and grab them up this weekend. Instead of y'all going out to dinner to go and spend $150 on dinner, go ahead and take that $100 and go learn about sound baths, chair yoga, different teas, yoni baths, different things, everything that can help you heal that poom poom. And they're going to be writing letters to the poom poom too, y'all. So if
Mhm.
you have done your poom poom wrong, or if you owe your poom poom an apology, take the time to come to an event as such, because I want to hear about the experience from the viewers end, the users in, and also the person who's navigating the workshop. So y'all take the time to join in on something like this. This is not just for educational purposes. This is for life purposes. So I think this is going to be great. So I want to thank Nicole and Sonia for joining on with us today. Is there anything that y'all want to say to them, to your audience, your listening audience, and for their extra pleasure?
Well, I would just say that pleasure, so unlike what we have been maybe possibly taught as pleasure being insignificant, it's a major healer. So and pleasure is important, and we are moving into a phase as Black women where we're able to um, actually embrace pleasure and say that I am worthy of pleasure, and to actually find the pleasure in your life. So tap into your pleasure. It's very important in terms of your healing journey.
Thank you, Miss Sonia. Miss Nicole, what you want to
So
say to the
I
people?
would say that to the viewers that this is a chance for you to slow down, reconnect with your body, and leave feeling nourished, joyful, and powerfully connected to your feminine essence.
Mm.
So don't miss the summertime celebration of softness, pleasure, and sacred sisterhood at the Summertime Pum Pum Party this
Yeah.
Saturday, July 26th at 3 p.m. Go to cocktailsinconversations.com to get your ticket and for more information.
Yes, y'all. Yes, and remember, as the ladies both said earlier, that poom poom belongs to you. Y'all have a good
Mhm.
evening. Take good care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Y'all know I always appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all next Wednesday. Be good to yourselves, be good to your minds, and be good to your souls. Peace. Thank you,
All
ladies.
right. Peace.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bobby.